Hello, listeners. Welcome to Afan's English Corner, where learning English is easy, exciting, and truly life-changing. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had the right words in your mind, but they just wouldn't come out in English? That's because you're still thinking in your native language. And today, we're going to break that barrier and unlock your fluency. Hi, Sophie. How are you?
Hiya, Fun. I am good, thanks. How are you?
Not bad, thanks. I have something very interesting to tell you. Last year, I was at a cafe in London, first time visiting, and the cashier asked me something super fast. I know basic English, right? But my brain just locked. I smiled and nodded and ended up with a large black coffee and a cheese toastie I absolutely did not order.
Really? You ate it though, right?
I ate every single bite, in silence, in shame.
I swear, every language learner has lived this exact moment.
And this is what our podcast is about today. Welcome, everyone, to Afan's English Corner. I'm Afan. I eat toasties when I panic.
And I'm Sophie. I've been in that exact moment, more times than I'd like to admit. Today, we're talking about the thing nobody tells you when you're learning a language. The real problem isn't your vocabulary. It's not your grammar. It's that your brain is still doing a round trip through your native language every single time you open your mouth.
And by the time it finishes that round trip, the conversation has moved on without you. Let's start with the bad news. Just for a second, I promise. The reason you translate is because that's literally how you were taught. School said, here's a word in your language. Here's the English word for it. Bam. Shortcut installed. Sophie, so our teachers kind of broke us?
I wouldn't say broke. I'd say set us up for a very specific kind of inefficiency. That's generous.
Here's the thing. Your brain has two gears, slow and analytical, which is where translation lives, and fast and automatic, which is where fluency lives. What we're doing today is helping you move English from one gear to the other.
That makes sense, actually. When I say hello, I don't think about it. It just comes out. But the moment I try to form a real sentence, suddenly I'm doing mental gymnastics.
Exactly. Hello is in your fast brain. Complex sentences are still in the slow lane. Our job is to move more of English into the fast lane.
Okay, I already know what half our listeners are thinking right now. This is great, but I live in a small town, and there's no English anywhere around me. What do you say to that person?
I say, immersion is not a place. It's a pressure, a feeling of need, and you can create that anywhere.
Okay, but give me something concrete, not just switch your phone to English. I've heard that 100 times.
Fair. Here's the one nobody talks about. Find something you actually care about in English, not practice English. Find a YouTube channel about cooking, football, gaming, whatever you love, but in English. Now you're not practicing. You're just watching something you enjoy.
That's sneaky. Your brain doesn't even know it's learning.
Exactly. Motivation follows interest. Nobody ever became fluent forcing themselves through boring content they hated.
I have a problem. Whenever I learn a new word, I write it in my notebook with the translation right next to it. You're about to tell me that's wrong, aren't you?
It's not wrong. It's just the training wheels version. You don't want to ride with training wheels forever.
Oh, I feel personally attacked.
Here's what I want you to try instead. Take a word. Let's use exhausted. Don't write the translation. Write a memory. Write, Friday after I helped my cousin move flats and we carried boxes up 3 flights of stairs. That feeling, that is exhausted.
Oh, So when I hear the word now, I picture the stairs, not a translation.
And you'll never forget it. Words that live in your real life don't disappear the way vocab lists do. Okay, Sophie, riddle for you. Why does English sound so fast?
Because they speak quickly?
That is technically correct and completely misses the point. Native speakers don't build sentences word by word. They're grabbing whole preloaded phrases, chunks. You know what I mean. At the end of the day, that said, these come out as one single unit, not 5 separate words. Their brain skips most of the construction work.
So they sound fast because they're doing less work per sentence?
Exactly. Start keeping a chunk journal. Not new words, but new phrases you heard used naturally. Use them in your next conversation. You'll sound more natural overnight.
This next one is my favorite, and also the one that made me feel slightly unhinged when I first tried it.
Talking to yourself?
Narrating my own life like I'm a character in a documentary. Yes.
And how's that going?
Last week I stood in my kitchen and said out loud, I appear to have run out of milk. This is a setback. Completely alone. In English.
That is the correct use of the technique.
The point is, your inner voice is the most used voice you have. If it's still running in your native language, English will always feel like a second system you switch into. Change the default, and everything else follows.
And when you don't know a word, don't stop. Describe around it. Keep the stream going. Fluency is a current, not a series of perfect moments.
Can we talk about something that genuinely used to terrify me? Fast spoken English, connected speech, wanna, gonna, did ya. I'd hear those and just short circuit.
First time I watched a proper British TV drama with no subtitles, I understood maybe 40%.
40% is generous for some of those accents, honestly.
The technique that actually moved the needle for me was shadowing. You take a short clip, 30 seconds, a minute, and you speak along just after you hear it. Not repeating, chasing. Your mouth starts learning the rhythm before your brain has processed the meaning.
It feels ridiculous when you do it alone in your room.
Most things that work feel ridiculous when you do them alone in your room. And the biggest mindset shift, stop trying to understand every single word. Your goal is to surf the meaning, not transcribe the audio. Try this. Pick one 60-second clip you enjoy. Shadow it every day for a week. Notice what changes by day 7.
Real talk. The fear of speaking. This is the one that stopped me for years. I had decent English on paper, but the moment a real person was listening, I'd freeze.
What were you afraid of?
Making a mistake and someone thinking I was, I don't know, not smart, like they'd look at me differently.
Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most listeners are not grading your grammar. They're listening for meaning. The moment you say something they understand, they are with you. Mistakes are noise, not signal.
I had to actively unlearn the fear. Mistakes started meaning my brain is trying something new instead of I've failed.
And practically, when you lose a word, use rescue phrases. What I mean is, how do I put this? Give me a second. These buy you time, and they sound completely natural. Native speakers use them all the time. There's a stage of language learning that nobody puts on the curriculum. The moment the language stops being a code you're cracking and starts being something that actually moves you.
I cried watching a film in English once. Properly cried, and I remember thinking, oh, it got in.
That's it. That's the moment. Because now English isn't just stored in your analytical brain. It's in your emotional memory. And that's the same place your native language lives.
So permission to watch sad films and call it studying as?
Not only permission, homework. This is the advanced version, and honestly, the most exciting part. English starts shaping how you think, not just what you say. Take the word procrastination. There's no clean one-word translation in a lot of languages.
In some languages, you just say, I delayed, and then feel guilty about it separately.
Right. But procrastination bundles together the delay, the guilt, the self-awareness, and somehow also the humor. It's practically a meme format.
The I'll do it tomorrow meme is genuinely universal.
Perfect. Let's thank our listeners, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more interesting podcasts.
Yes, exactly. Thanks for watching, and see you in our next podcast. Bye.